Hey there fam, it's Matt and welcome back to the vlog. So I hope you guys can hear me. It's a little bit breezy out here, but where we're at is about 30 minutes west of where my parents live. I'm out here in the West Utah desert, down the old Pony Express historic trail. But it's kind of fun to come out here. Lots of good ATV trails, off-roading, four-wheeling out here in the West Desert. It gets a little hot in the summertime, so I tend to avoid this area in the summertime, but it's currently like 73, 74 degrees according to my car. So it's not too bad today. So the reason I came out here today is not really to do any adventuring. Today what I'm going to be doing is some gear testing. So I recently picked up a new piece of gear. You guys may have seen it in my community post, but I did pick up a fun new piece of kit that should hopefully allow me to be a lot more mobile in the future without having to take so much time off of work and still being able to communicate with family and friends. All right, so here's the gear I'm going to be testing out here in the West Desert today. First off, I posted about this in my community tab, but this is my new Starlink that I picked up yesterday. It's the Gen 3 flat dish. Doesn't have a tripod or motors in it or anything. It's the brand new one that they came out with a few months ago. And then the second thing is I have this Bluetti EB70 portable solar battery. I've had this for a number of years. I have had a few issues with it, but it should be running pretty good now. So I'm going to see if this should have more than enough juice to run the Starlink. I just kind of want to see how much power it's going to draw while it's running off of this battery. That'll give me a good idea when I want to install this in a trailer or a van or something in the future, just how much power it uses. And then the last thing is I have this 120 watt Bluetti solar panel that I have never actually used. Yep, so I'm gonna hook all that up. I'm gonna kind of do a three-way test here of the Starlink, the Bluetti battery, just to see how well it powers up the Starlink, and then that solar panel that I've never actually used. So let's get all this stuff set up. All right, so very first we got to get the Starlink out of its box, get the dish set out in the open over there. I'm probably just going to set it right there. I think it wants to face north, but we got to use the Starlink app to kind of see where to set it up and get everything plugged in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. As you guys can see, I've never opened, I have opened the box, but I haven't undone any of this, so this is all still wrapped up as it came from Starlink. So this first thing, this is the actual power brick for the router and the dish. So this end has got a power cord that I'm going to plug into the Bluetti. This end plugs into the Wi-Fi router, which is right here. Now this cable right here is the cable that goes out to the dish from the Wi-Fi router there. And then lastly, we've got the power cable for the power brick there. All right, next I'm going to set up the solar panel and point it towards the sun and plug that into the battery just to get it out of the way. All right, so the solar panel comes with these two MC4 connectors, one male, one female. And in order to use it with the Bluetti battery, I have to use the adapter cable that came with the battery generator thing. So it just takes MC4 and converts it down to this plug here that the battery needs. So what we'll do is we'll just plug this in here. Plug this end in this one. Undo the zip tie. All right, and then on the battery right here, we've got this MPPT input. So that's where you plug in your 12 volt power or your MPPT from your solar panel. All right, as you can see there, we're currently getting 91 watts of solar input into the battery. It's not quite fully charged. Cool, so it works. And here's how I got the solar panels laid out now. I probably could turn them to get better sun on them, but this is just a quick test to kind of see how all this equipment works together. So I'm happy enough with how that is right there. And the fact that the panels are charging the battery. I'm just gonna leave this cable all just kind of laid out here. And I think this thing decided it was fully charged. Yeah, it's only asking for 15 watts now from the solar panel, so this battery needed just a little topping off. All right, now that we got the solar panel all set up and hooked up, I'm gonna get the Starlink up and rolling here. Right, on the back of the Starlink router here, you can see we got several ports. This port is where the power goes in. This port is where the plug for the dish wire goes in. And then behind here, you've actually got two Ethernet ports. So you can hook up wired Ethernet networking to this router. It's really nice. The previous generation didn't have those. So you had to buy an Ethernet adapter, which was an extra like 30 bucks. I actually own one because I was gonna use it at the cabin up in Alaska because we had an earlier generation Starlink up there. But now I don't need it, so probably what I'll do is take it to Alaska with me in July and just give it to the cabin owner so that he can use it. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is plug the dish cable. It's just an Ethernet cable, it looks like, into the router here. There we go. Then I'm gonna run this cable out to the dish and plug it in the back of the dish on the other end. So on the bottom of the dish here, we've got, I don't know if you guys can see that, all the way up in here is where this side plugs in. It goes that way. I think that did it. It's not super, I didn't hear a click or anything, but it appears to be in there now. All right, I'm gonna get my dish dirty in the dirt again. All right, last thing I'm gonna do here is plug the power from the power brick into the router, get everything set up in the app, get my MacBook out and start testing. All right, haven't had to move the dish yet because it's still configuring. My app is applying new networking settings. So I may have to move this dish a little bit further away from the truck. We'll see once the app is done setting up and see how good of internet we get. All right, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this or not, but the Starlink is online. It's currently downloading an update. I do have one minor issue where it says the router is not associated with my Starlink account, so I can't go in and change the password because I forgot to do that. So once it's done downloading this update here, I'll reboot it and see how it goes. But it also, the app said the dish was perfectly fine right there. It said no adjustment was needed. So you just got to point it vaguely north from what I saw, and if it doesn't like it, then it'll tell you to move it. But it seems to work fine right there, even with my truck in the way here. Right, as you can see, I busted out my chair while I was waiting for this to do its thing. But I did, these flies are getting everywhere. All right, so I have run one speed test on the Starlink already, and I got 233 megabits down and like 40 or 30 up. I'll overlay a photo of it here. So yeah, that's pretty good considering it's just chilling on the ground there. It's got a big truck on one side of it, but it's pointed north and there's tons of satellites. I mean, it's pointed that way. So it's got an unobstructed view of the sky to the north, and that seems to be what it wants for the most part. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep fiddling with it and wait for it to download on this update and reboot. See if I can get the router fixed. Oh yeah, let's go check out the solar battery, see how that's doing. All right, hopefully you guys can actually see that, but as you can, oh, yeah, there we go. It's the solar panel is currently bringing in 87 watts, and the Starlink is drawing 49, 53, 56. It was drawing up to 80, almost 90 a few minutes ago. It seems to drop back down to 50, so cool. I should be able to run this infinitely with that 120 watt solar panel as long as I have enough sun. One thing I will say about the dish here, I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'll put you real close. It is making that annoying buzz hum sound. Don't know what that's from. It's probably normal, but definitely could be irritating if you've got this thing close. All right, seems to be working good. I'm watching Rob at Curmudgeon stream his trip home on the train, but he's going through a terrible cell reception area, so it's pretty jittery, but worked pretty good there for a minute. So the Starlink downloaded its update, seems to have rebooted properly, and everything looks good. Like a super RV side-by-side convoy going by out there. Like I said, this is a popular area out here. All right, fam, so I'm just gonna kind of hang out here for another hour or so, and then pack up and head back out. And I'm just going to watch a little bit of YouTube, monitor the battery, make sure everything still works okay. The plan is to use this same setup sometimes this summer. What I'd love to do is go out into the Utah mountains, not out here in the West Desert. It's too dang hot in the summertime out here. But get up into the mountains somewhere, spend 2-3 days, maybe a week, I don't know, I haven't decided, just living out of the truck or my tent, using the Starlink and my battery generator there, solar panels. I've got a generator that an actual gas generator that I'll probably borrow from my parents for that kind of thing. But that's the plan for using the Starlink this summer. I want to make sure that I'll still be able to do my day job off of it with no issues before I decide what I'm going to do with the rest of my life plans later this summer. So just a quick update. I am still running off the solar panels here. I did move them a little bit, so we're getting slightly more wattage out of the panels. But I also have my laptop plugged in now. It's just a little MacBook Air with the M1 chip in it, and I got it plugged in via USB-C. So this would be a common situation for me. And I'm only using 70, 80 watts-ish. The laptop, fortunately, is not charging, so it's just powering the laptop, but the battery was already mostly charged. So I'm still underneath what the solar panels are producing, even with running the Starlink and my MacBook. So that's cool. Got a pretty good speed test on the MacBook over the Starlink. I can roll with that.
This is much easier to pack a bunch of solar panels, right? House battery, or let the solar go ahead and charge your house batteries. While your house batteries charge your EcoFlow family of products. The rest of the day is solar is being wasted. It's not being stored anywhere. It's just not charging my batteries. They're topped up. Play on my computer, watch TV. I could do anything I want with all this extra power that would normally just get thrown away because my batteries were topped. So say you have a Delta 2 Max and you want to get this alternator charger Delta 2 because it brings the price of this down. And the bundle deals, the price of this comes way down. If you already own a small EcoFlow, you want a bigger one, or say you want to get an extra battery, so just go and do one of the
nice to be back in the air conditioning. Also testing my four-wheel drive, because I had an issue with it on my Texas trip. Don't really need the four-wheel drive on the dirt road, but it's good for testing it anyway. Just running back and forth. All right, back on the Pony Express road here and back into town. Anyway, just want to thank everybody for watching this quick video about my Starlink testing here. Hope you found it informative or interesting. I'll definitely let you guys know how it goes. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with all of your friends, and we will catch you guys in the next one.